Man, when looking through my videos from last year, I realized I made y'all a lot of promises.
Is that sexiness. And yes, I plan to collect the rest of the Darkstalker Bishoujo series.
So just as promised, here we go with another Darkstalkers Bishoujo statue.
Just before he left, I said, nobody ever goes in, and nobody ever comes out.
Alright, welcome back. So I actually still have Felicia here in the box. No, I have not taken her out since I've gotten her many months ago. I was actually saving her for the gathering here. But before we get her out, let's go ahead and take a look at the box itself. So very cool window right there. As you can see the figure, not really sure if you can see it with the glare, but yeah, it's in there. Side of the box, we have the artwork that all Bishoujo statues are derived from. Okay, so there's Felicia right there. Very playful pose. And the back a little bit, back of the box, excuse me, a little bit more details, close-up pictures of Felicia, and in the bottom we actually have Lilith, and that'll be another one I'll be reviewing soon. Maybe for next year, I don't know. And what's really cool about this box, guys, is that it has a side window somewhat right here. The slits are actually supposed to be cat scratches, kind of like Freddy Krueger, and actually has it right here on top as well. Darkstalker's logo right here on the top, Felicia, Bishoujo, all the artwork, all the credits, etc. But there you go. There's the box art. All right, so let's get out of the box. Good thing I saw them. Gonna pop her out. Bam, real easy. Okay. Lots of wrapping here, as you can see. Protect the figure, and especially with this one, because she does have these long little strands of hair, so you just want to be very careful when taking off all the plastic. You don't want to accidentally snag in any of those strands of hair. She actually has this wrap going all through her tail, which is cool. Oh, she actually has a stand? What does this stand for? All right, so she actually has some kind of stand here. Give me a second, let me see what that's all about. All right, guys, so I was able to pull out this stand. Also came with some instructions. So apparently we're supposed to put this underneath her hair to hold up her hair. I'm not gonna do that, I'll show it at the end, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm guessing it's because there's so much weight up here, they're worried about it may fall. I don't know, it's standing well right now by itself. So maybe for future reference, I don't know, to help prevent this from warping in the, I really don't know. But as you can see, it's standing fine. But yes, it does come with this little stand. You're supposed to brace between the base and her hair down here. Something like that. All right, so real quick, in case you don't know, the Darkstalkers franchise, for the most part, is kind of long and gone. If you don't know, it's a video game series from Capcom that was kind of during that Street Fighter era. So what Capcom decided to do during that time was take all these horror characters and make them into a fighting game character. So in that game we have Sasquatches, mummies, vampires, succubus, Catwoman, cat ladies, mermen, werewolves, all that in a fighting game. Now, when playing the game, unlike Street Fighter and other Capcom fighting games, it's not so much of a serious game as far as the realm of video games goes. It's kind of like a fun, enjoyable, cartoonish, comedic, just fun fighting game to play. Now, it never really picked up the momentum that Street Fighter did, but it definitely left its mark in video game history, which is why now we still get characters from that fighting game. Obviously, the most memorable is going to be Morrigan. I would say this is probably the most second recognizable character, Felicia. So it goes without saying, whenever a Darkstalker character, statue, or figure is made, I'm going to gravitate to it almost immediately. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at Felicia so I can let you know what I think about this one. Let's start off with the base. Obviously, it's a small scale statue, very simple base just to hold up the figure. No thrills and feels about it, but in case you don't know what this base is, it's actually referencing her stage in the Darkstalkers series. And her stage is somewhat of a casino slash Las Vegas kind of scene. And the floor of the battle stage is exactly like this light pink and dark pink checkerboard slash triangle pattern throughout the stage. But again, very simple, they just captured it, does its job, quick reference to the stage that she fights in. Her pose is classic Felicia, and I think they captured the essence of who the character is. The best way I can describe this pose is she looks like she's in the middle of some kind of playful dance. She's standing on one leg, the other leg is with the knee up in the air, and she's posing with her claws posed for everybody to see, which is definitely gonna be the focal point of this statue. This pose definitely captures who Felicia is, which is very playful, but at the same time, yes, she's getting ready for battle. Now, for people who don't know in regards to her outfit, this isn't necessarily quote unquote an outfit that she's wearing. This is actually who she is. So in all literal terms, yes, she is actually naked. But because she is a Catwoman, the parts that are covered up are the fur. And yes, that fur, again, it's not a costume or anything like that. That's who she is. The fur, when she's in her quote unquote human form, covers up all the areas that it needs to. But again, this is anime, this is video games, this is Capcom, this is fantasy. It doesn't need to make sense. Just accept it and let's move on with it. Of course, the white here does have that texture work to make it look like real fur. And she has her fur all the way up to her thighs, right here, markings or spots of fur right here through her torso, definitely her arms, and this very long tail. And it's very cool with the tail. It's not just there, it's in motion, whipping around, really because it's showing that balancing that cats do with their tails. One thing that I've always liked about Felicia is definitely her arsenal. Yes, she is very cute and very playful, but just focusing on those claws, both the hands and the feet, yeah, pretty vicious looking. Both her feet and her hands are very stylized, very large, very exaggerated, which is appropriate for her because these are her weapons. And the tips of all her claws are red. Now, I'm pretty sure they're not red because she painted them that way. I'm pretty sure they're red because that's probably blood from the scratches she gave to somebody. Felicia has a lot of volume to that hair. I mean, look at it, it's freaking huge. And now I'm seeing why they added this little stand to hold that head of hair up. But she does have that headband, so her hair is always gonna be flowing backwards. But it's flowing backwards, but towards the tip is just layered and flipping all over the place to really show that movement. Now, all these little strands of hair, yes, because this is PVC, this is plastic, they are flexible, but also very fragile. So just be careful with handling her when you do get her. For the most part, her hair is all blue except for these two long strands that are kind of separate by themselves. They're just a lighter blue and they flow with the hair, but they're also going in their own way, own direction, just to show that movement again. So finishing off with her portrait, just like every Kotobukiya, portrait is a very cute looking face. Felicia's just there, kind of happy-go-lucky character, kind of doing her own thing, just want to be playful. And it really captures that right there in the portrait. The eyes are well done with the color that is shown in her eyes. And she does have this little bit of hair sticking out, just the bang of her hair right here flowing forward. So my final thoughts on this statue, can't go wrong with it. It's very small scale, Darkstalkers, Bishoujo. Need I say more? But I just hope that they continue to produce more Darkstalker characters because you know I'm going to be collecting them. But let me know what you guys think about Felicia here. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Doesn't cost you a dime, but helps me out tremendously. But as always, collect what makes you happy.